For those of you who missed this week's episode of Shadowspark Chronicles, here's what's been happening. Gwenton runs into a spirit of Darian Shadowspark, and during some confrontation, he asks if he wants to play a game called Head Smash, which Gwenton realizes is how the other people have died in this house. So this ghost has been murdering people in this home. Thinking quick, Gwenton suggests to play a game of hide and seek to keep the spirit busy while they try to investigate the house. With the group back together, Bishop suggests that they find out what's down in the secret basement. After a brief side note on the runes on the floor in the workshop, Marzin quickly realizes that evil things have been happening under the Shadowspark reign. Bishop stumbles upon the secret entrance to the basement, and they all proceed down. The group hears some strange chanting, and as they reach the lower landing, a hooded figure finishes a ritual, and 3 skeletons raise from the dead. After a fierce battle, which almost takes the life of Marzin, again, Marzin's a easy-to-kill person apparently, Bishop manages to knock out the hooded man unconsciously and tie him up. Gwenton realizes that the skeletons are actually the bodies of the 3 Shadowspark children that they experienced when they're investigating the house. He decides to lay them to rest. Bishop and Oz try to interrogate the man, and they only manage to gain his name, which is Victor Latham, and that he knows more about the sickness than he's letting on. The group meets up with Restless Firesoul, giving over Victor to take him into custody to be interrogated. Restless informs Marzin that he's been invited by his name to meet with one Drusilla Sharn, the Archmage of the Academy from the Shadowspark Chronicles tome. The group begins the morning by going to the church so that Marzin is able to explain to the High Priest what he found in the tome. Upon arrival, and after a brief discussion, High Priest Cluster informs Gwenton that he needs to see his brother Hugh. The clergy has had to remove both of Hugh's arms to slow the spread of Myriad's kiss from outright killing him in the night. High Priest Cluster then informs Gwenton of a rumor that the potential cure to Myriad's kiss in a small fishing town northeast called Perrin's Folly, and that he would like him to investigate. After that, the group leaves the church and heads towards the academy, where they are then let in to meet a lizard folk named Driscoll, who begins to show them around the academy, at which Bishop is amazed by a giant glowing spark up in the sky. And then Oz is trying to figure out if these books are floating via strings. After some time, Driscoll shows them a book to teleport them to where the High Archmage is being held. Please join us every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time as we continue to Adventures of Shadowspark Chronicles, and as always, we'll see you in the dungeons.